Take care, be fair.
We've just been researching the footwear industry, and three of the main issues that came up were workers' rights, leather and toxics. In terms of workers' rights, we had an article from Change Your Shoes, a global campaign. They've been looking into where shoes are made. So even if a shoe says made in Europe or made in Italy, for example, that doesn't mean that all parts of it have been made in that country, and they've been uncovering some bad conditions where work is outsourced to Eastern European states or Balkan states, where the conditions are not much better than they might be in, say, China, with working hours, piece rate contracts, low pay. In terms of workers' rights, we would recommend going with a brand that owns its own production facilities. Some examples from our best buys are Soul Rebels, which is a fair trade company in Ethiopia, or Free Rangers or Green Shoes, which both have their own workshops in the UK. A lot of shoes are obviously made of leather, which has impacts in terms of environment, animals obviously, and people. With animals, we would say it wasn't a byproduct of the factory farming industry, it is a co-product and does contribute to factory farming. In terms of the environment, the kind of chemicals that are used in the tanning process to make leather usable, some of them are really harmful, causing a lot of water pollution, which also impacts on people. Those same chemicals, such as chromium, are known to be carcinogenic and also leading to respiratory problems and skin problems. We would recommend choosing an alternative to leather. The two at the top of our table were Black Spot and Eco-Vegan shoes. Toxics are a big issue in the footwear industry, not just because of leather, but also dyes, adhesives that might be used, or even PVC. So if we look at trainers and walking boots rather than shoes for a second, they might be using PFCs, which are perfluorinated compounds, a man-made compound. Greenpeace has had a big campaign on PFCs because they are persistent and accumulate in the environment, and there are a lot of studies that link PFCs to health issues, either cancer, immune system, fertility. So we would recommend going with a company that has been open about what it uses, and some of the companies that got a best rating for toxics in our guides for trainers were Ethletic and Vivo Barefoot. Although workers' rights, leather and toxics are widespread problems in the footwear industry, there are a lot of alternative companies that are doing their best not to harm people, animals and the environment. So you have got a choice. Have a look at our guides to find out more.